Hello, this is Eric from labofcoding.com. In this video, we look at some of the methods that can be used with the list object. I have open atom on the left here, and I have a file main.py which is open. In this file, I've declared a variable list, which is a list with 3 elements. And on the right, I've opened the Python interpreter. In the main.py file, I've also declared some of the most common methods that are used with the list object. So to begin with, let's declare a list. We can have the same list in the interpreter, that is 1, 2, 3. And so as long as you have a list, you have access to all these methods and you can use them depending on your use case. So for example, if you want to get the index of an element, the index of 1 is 0 and of 2 is 1 and so forth. So say for example, we want to get the index of 3, we will pass that item. In this case, we'll just say list.index and we pass the index, the object that we want to get its index. In this case, we want to get 3. So the index of 3 is 2. So if the element was a string, we will pass us the string as it is to the index and to the index method, and we'll get the index. But if you pass an object which does not belong to that list, you will get an error. So you can say list.index. Let's pass 4. 4 is not in that list. We get a value error. 4 is not in list. And next we have a list.extend method, which extend a list with another list. So let's say list.extend, and then we can pass another list. Let's say 4, 5, 6. So our list has been extended, and if you look at it, you see that it has 2 new elements from the second list that we extended it with. And list.append is used to add a new element in the list. So say for example, you can say list.append, let's append 10. So if we look at our list object, we now have a new element 10 added at the end. And then we have list.insert, which will insert an item before the given index and return none. So say for example, we can say list.insert and we pass index, let's say index 3, and let's pass the value 30. And if you look at our list, you find that 30 has been added just before that index. And then we have list.remove, which will remove the first occurrence of the item and return none. So let's say for example, list.remove 3, and if you access the list again, we find that 3 has been removed from the list. And then we have list.pop, which will remove and return the last element from the list. So it will remove and it will return that element. Let's say you want to pop the last element, so that will be list.pop, and we will pop the last element, which is 10, and it will be returned. So if we look at our list again, 10 is not in that list. And list.clear, you can use it to remove all the items from the list. And then you can use list.count to get the occurrences, the number of occurrences of a given item. For example, let's say list.count. Let's count how many occurrences of 4. Let's count how many occurrences of 4 are in our list. We only have 1 4 in our list. And list.reverse, this will reverse the list in place and return none. So you will say list.reverse. And if you look at our list, you find that it has been reversed in place. That is, a new list was not created. That list was changed in place, and we now have the elements in reverse order. And list.sort will sort the list in place and return none. So we'll say list.sort. And if you look at our list, we find that our list has been sorted in ascending order. And then list.copy will copy and return that list, which is the same as the slicing with the full colon. So those are some of the methods that you can use with the list object. You can play around with them and see how you can use them. So that's it for this video. We'll pick it from here. Thanks for watching.